We only started having guests on like a few days ago, and we took like a 7-month hiatus. Because there was always like a problem, like a technical difficulty where like audio sucked, video didn't record, and I don't know. And we were just starting out, so you got to like get through all the kinks and whatever, like all the like the dull conversation, kind of get to where you actually have something. Not that we have that yet, but
honestly, the first ones were just like trial episode. We didn't ever plan to release any of these either, really.
Right.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I think you should. I mean, I think people will listen to it, especially in the Virginia area, and then especially in the running community.
Well,
I mean, you guys are.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about too. But I mean, I'm not expecting. It's not like we're doing this just to like build like a huge audience. It's like more like, why not put out content if you can?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm not too worried about like, I hope we get 1,000 views on this one. Like, because
No.
people have successful podcasts. Those people like their audience is coming from like YouTube or something they've already been doing.
Yeah.
It's not
exactly.
It's not like Joe Rogan just started his podcast and all of a sudden he's Joe Rogan. So.
Yeah, he's Fear Factor, dude. I mean, I just remember. Oh my gosh! Like, it's one episode where like they said to crawl into a tank of worms, and I was like maybe 7 when I saw the episode, and ever since then I can't stand snakes, I can't stand worms, I can't stand anything that doesn't have arms or legs, just because of that one Fear Factor episode.
Wow, so Joe Rogan had a big impact on your life.
No, I mean, like, I think that's kind of why I don't really listen to his podcast too.
No way.
Like, honestly, like I remember thinking like I wasn't cool enough to watch the Fear Factor. It was like have you ever? Do you remember when you were a kid and like you walking around the mall, and then there was like that not Hollister. What was like Oakley's? There's like that bouncer who was always like hanging out at Oakley's, the cool sunglasses. I remember thinking like, I'm not cool enough to go in there because the bouncer. It's just like. Yeah,
that's valid.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, Fear Factor was big when we were like very young, because that show like fell off pretty hard. But it was I remember that same thing. Like people would eat like intestines and crap. Like it was so gross.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Anything that involves like raw meat or like worms and bugs, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys still in the running game? You guys still training?
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, nah.
No way.
I want to get back into it, but I say it every year.
Yeah.
So
I go in waves. I'll go in waves. Like I'll take like a year off, and then I'll get back into it where I'm like I think probably 7-8 months ago I got back into when I was doing like 5, 6, 7 miles a day again. And like feeling good. You feel like you're back in shape, and then I like take a trip somewhere and I stop and I just never start up again. So it's like totally waves.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst, especially like what I feel like college didn't really help me kind of what I feel like it didn't teach me was how to have energy to run while doing like a full work day.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I mean, I feel like, with classes, you have maybe 3-4 classes a day, but they'd be like an hour each. And then you would have, practice, which, pretty hard workouts. But like, I don't know what it is. Like I could work maybe like an 8-hour day, come home, be exhausted, and like a 5-mile run would seem like a long run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, when you're not like college, you have like a motivation. High school, you had motivation to get to college. College, you have motivation to like scholarship / like to keep your scholarship and like keep your team alive. And then like once you're on your own, you're like, okay, I can run to stay in shape, or I could just not run.
Drink 5 beers.
Yeah, exactly. And like I just had a long day at work. I'll just have a couple beers and call it quits. It's like, it's I don't know. That's why you gotta like sign up for races. Like sign up for a 10K, and then you're like, I'm not gonna run a race and not like try and do well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like none of us can really run races anymore where you're just like dogging it.
No, and there's always like someone from your neighborhood that you're like, oh, I can still beat him. I got him. So that kind of keeps you going.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's. Wait, I wanted to before this. So I'm gonna go right back into that because it's a perfect transition. I told Josh a little bit about this, but so anyway, everybody, welcome to the Towne Crier podcast. That's the name, Towne Crier. Me and Josh lived at a house and we went to Liberty. The road was called Towne Crier, and it's significant to us, so we named our podcast after it. That's
awesome.
But anyway, for everybody who doesn't know and all our audience out there, this is Will Bruner of CMU. He's a captain.
Hey, captain for life.
Big cross dude out there. Big track dude. And let's see, and then St. Christopher's. Shout out to St. Christopher's.
Hey, yep.
We and Will raced a good amount in track, especially in the 4x8. I think it's mostly the only time I like really raced you was like the 4x8. But
I mean, that was kind of the only thing I was really good at was just like a relay because I couldn't hold my own on anything individually.
And you guys had a killer squad too.
Yeah, we lucked out. I mean, what's kind of fascinating is like how lucky we were in that class because no one really played baseball in our year, lacrosse. Everyone kind of just ran track. So like the more people who ran, like I think that helped us a lot with like the 4x4 and the 4x2 and 4x8.
Yeah, but you guys had it was you. It was who was it on the 4x8? I'm thinking Will. Wait, not Will. No.
Will Abbott. Yeah.
Will Abbott, right? Yeah, Will Abbott.
Yeah.
And then the younger one.
Ben Moore.
Ben Moore. He was like my rival in like the 800. I remember that.
Oh yeah. He was kind of that guy he ran too flat as a freshman and then just ran too flat as a senior. So he's just always consistent. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Will Abbott was quick. I know that.
He was quick. Yeah. He ran like 157 or something like that. And then and that was kind of funny too. Like he also, I don't think he gained any beer weight in college. He just kind of stayed the same. It's impressive. I was like, man, how did you do that? And like he was in the fraternity, did the whole college thing, didn't lift or didn't run or anything, and just kind of stayed the same. Crazy. Like, damn, that's
genetics
right
there.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how Josh is.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, man. Yeah. Talking about drinking beers, and you look like you're still in prime 10K shit.
Dude, I probably gained like a total at my peak. Probably gained like maybe 10 pounds from college, like race weight.
What? Oh,
dude, it's just like I don't know. It's genetics, honestly. It's
I'll eat a burger and gain 10 pounds like one sitting. Yeah. But
Will, I was gonna ask you about this. So I was telling Josh a little bit about it. So this summer obviously had a pretty big run. Is that right?
Yeah.
50 miles?
50 miles, big 5-0.
Yeah, for mental health, right?
Mental health, yeah. Our so every year or every other year we do a trip up to Mount Rainier to climb up it. I actually have yet to do it. It's going to be my first year to do it over the summer, and of course COVID happened. And so we were all pretty bummed, and I was like, listen, I'm kind of running every day, and because I got furloughed from my job, and I wasn't doing anything, so I got back into running. Thank God. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run like 100 miles. And then my parents were like, no, you're not going to run 100 miles. I was like, okay, well, 50 miles. I can do 50 miles. And they're like, yeah, I guess that kind of work. And so, yeah, it was what was really easy about it was like, so it was a 5-mile loop that I did for 10 times. And every loop, a new wave of people came and joined in. So I was never like, it was like a new wave of energy, and like I was always getting fed and water, whenever I wanted. So it was nice. I definitely want to do it again. I got hooked.
It's like the sub 2 marathon, except instead of world class pacers, it's just people jumping in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was like, oh my gosh, my kindergarten teacher is joining in on this one. So it was really cool. It was a really good experience. And it was great because, like, everyone was just kind of so cooped up from being inside for COVID. And this was, like, I think June or something. No, not even that. It was May. It was the first day that it got hot in the summer. It was brutal, like 88 degrees or something like that.
Jeez. Wait, where was this loop? So was this, like, on the road? Was this a trail? What was the setup?
Yeah, it was do you guys know, like, Patterson and Grove? Cameron, you might know because it's kind of near Veritas.
I know where it was.
Yeah, and it's like a big kind of like flat road, or loop. Yeah, so my shins were.
I think we ran that before with like Avery probably.
Oh, Avery Mard. Oh man, I haven't heard from him in a while. Oh. Yeah. Remember that time? Like we used to. It was in the summertime. We would meet up at like 8 p.m. every night and just like. That was so much fun. I missed that.
I know. Dude, that was the best. Yeah, we'd go to the river. We'd have just like random river days.
Yeah. Went to Lake Anna at Eddie's.
We did. Oh, at Lake Anna, that was a crazy time.
Oh, let's go back.
Dude, yes.
You're still. I'm pretty sure you're still featured in Cameron's Tinder profile picture.
Yeah. Oh, the pixie dusters, dude.
The pixie dusters. Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh my. Never have my abs looked better in that photo.
Yeah. Neither have Cameron's.
Oh my gosh, I remember also it was like we were at Lake Anna coming back, and you're like, oh man, I got to do an 18-miler, and I was like, all right, I'll do it with you. I don't even remember. I mean, I know we did it in the trail, like Buttermilk Trail.
We did a lot of trails,
And-
North Bank, Buttermilk,
Yeah.
Browns Island.
We did one loop, and I was already feeling like crap. And then you were like, all right, let's do another. I was like, wait, I thought we already did 18. I was so exhausted. I was so like out of it.
Dude,
It was awesome.
I don't know how I did that. I do not have that mentality at all right now. So,
It's kind of
that commitment.
It's kind of impressive how, like, you know, we would wake up at 6 a.m. in college and run, 10 miles in 5:50 pace. And then the night before, we were at some kind of party or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a whole nother.
God.
Especially once you get out of shape and you like turn 24 or like anything past,
Yeah.
It's I don't know how the heck we did any of that in college. And
Those Saturday morning long runs, dude.
yeah, Saturday morning.
Oh, you guys did Saturday mornings? Yeah. Oh, we did Sunday mornings.
Yeah, we did
And
Saturdays
then sometimes we do Mondays, which are kind of weird.
for long runs.
That's really
Yeah.
weird.
That is pretty weird. I would hate that.
That really bothered me because it would be like earlier than normal because a lot of people had to make it to 8 a.m. classes basically.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Wait, did you guys? So,
Yeah.
do you guys still do? Did you still do your long runs over at what's that random park like 15 minutes from campus?
Newport News Park?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you in New York City right now, or where in New York?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay, nice.
It's really a bummer because I love my apartment. It's got a gym, it's got a movie theater, it's got this great
Jeez.
killer skyline view of the city, and I'm right next to like some really great places in Brooklyn, but it's sad because everything is getting shut down.
Yeah.
Either they're shutting down for the season or they're shutting down forever. Like our favorite place to get wings and watch football, done,
Oh
gone.
my god.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, Dave
R.I.P.
Portnoy's got to
Dakotas.
Dave Portnoy's got to swoop in there.
I
Yeah.
know. I know.
What do you?
Yeah.
So you're gonna do a boot camp? Is that what you're saying, or
Yeah. It's
okay?
like a
What do you?
6-month
What
program.
exactly is it? What do you? What's a focus?
I signed up for data analytics, but it says that it's not like exclusive to web development or anything like that either. So they're also doing JavaScript and HTML and CSS, but so your viewers are going to be snoozing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, just some Python. So but
I know all. I'm familiar with all these. I've never done them, but my one brother does CSS. My other brother does Python and all kinds of other ones.
Oh, yeah?
But
yeah. I mean,
so.
it's so frustrating because I'm teaching myself, and then I get stuck, and then I watch TV, and then I eat a bunch of junk food, and then I go back to the problem, and I'm like, oh, it's just a comma. Like that's all I got to do. Just put a comma. It's like, oh, it's so frustrating, but I love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's big. I mean, that field's only growing. So if there's a time to get into it, it's now. I mean, that's never gonna go away.
Exactly.
I mean, look at like what happened. Pandemic hit, and all tech companies just boomed.
Yeah.
Even more than they already were. Right. So it's.
So you're set. Yeah. I went off for a run, maybe like 2 days ago, and I was doing like the chin diaper, and some lady just got in my face, and she was like. In my face, I'm like, "Whoa, you're not even social distancing." And
Yeah, you're defeating the purpose. Here.
Exactly. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'd rather just wear the mask and not take it from crazy people. But
when you say the chin diaper, are you referring to that South Park episode? Did you see that? That's because I think they're the ones that came up with that idea. I don't know. It's so episode is hilarious.
I just love how it was like, yeah, I have an Amazon package. He's like, oh wait, can you stand about 6 feet away from me and put your mask on? And it's just like, please put your chin diaper on.
Yeah, put your chin diaper.
They never fail. They always get it right.
Yeah,
those
they really
guys.
don't.
Yeah,
they're so good at what they do. Yeah. What's the last movie you saw? I'm curious as a film person.
You know what? Last movie I saw that I really enjoyed that I thought it was going to put me in a bad mood, but if anything, it was kind of like a happy movie in a way, was The Devil All the Time on Netflix.
Dude,
yeah.
Wait, it's called The What All the Time?
Devil All the Time with Tom.
Yeah, I watched that too with Tom whatever
Spider-Man and it was a star-studded cast. It was the guy, the new Batman, Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Oh yeah, that's right, Josh. Josh doesn't have any faith in Robert Pattinson.
No.
Yeah.
He thinks he's still the Twilight dude.
Yeah, he's the Twilight.
But then he
dude.
saw. Then he
Except
did
for
see Tenet.
Tenet was
Tenet, right?
Tenet was good.
Tenet's good. You know what was weird to me about Tenet though was like how they introduced him as some kind of alcoholic, and then that like side of his character was never really reintroduced.
Yeah, that was there for the first 5 minutes, and then they just had a conversation and moved on.
Exactly. It was like, okay, so maybe his alcoholism will like get in the way of his work, but like no, it's just a quirk of his, I guess, that they had to include.
Well,
of course.
Before we go into Tenet, because there's a million things to talk about, I do want to just stay on Robert Pattinson for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So I did say, me and Josh have been talking about this for like almost a year now. So, have you ever seen Good Time?
Oh, yes.
Will?
Yes.
I'm assuming you have. The Russo, is it Russo?
The Sasha brothers, or the, you know what?
They did the Diamond.
You should
jump.
You should hire an intern who just does all your research. Like
I know. It gives us
behind the scenes. All right, yeah.
When we sign the Spotify deal, we'll get an intern.
But Uncut Gems, Good Time.
The Safdie brothers.
Ah, yes, yeah. So they did. So they made. I remember when Good Time came out back in I think 2016, 2017, and I heard Robert Pattinson had been. He
was gone. Yeah, and all of a sudden, like Twilight, he just vanished.
And then, and everybody's like, dude, like I start hearing people talking about Good Time. They're like, dude, it's a dark movie, and it's like I've never seen Robert Pattinson like this. Like he went out and reinvented himself. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I did, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen him act like this. It was crazy. I was like, it was a great movie too. And so.
I feel like he went into like a cave, and hidden in some kind of temple, and just acted for 12 years, and then came back and was like, "I'm a good actor now."
He was too busy inverting.
Hey.
Or he went to the Bat Cave. Because he's the Batman.
I just threw up.
Okay, so that was the next thing I told Josh. I was like, okay, I told Josh last year. I was like. Okay, he's in the Batman movie, and it's gonna be rated R. It's gonna be like super dark and looks sick. And he's like, "Oh yeah, he's not gonna be any good." I was like, "Well, if you go watch the movie Good Time, I don't know, you might change your mind."
So the role that he plays in Devil All the Time is this creepy like preacher guy. And
it's super weird. Yeah.
He was such an asshole.
He killed it though.
Like he wanted to kill him.
He
was amazing.
He was crazy.
He was amazing. But
I've never seen him that kind of role.
Never. No. Yeah, because he's normally like the good-looking, kind of alpha, but yeah, he just played it. Yeah. You know what? I don't know if you guys do like spoiler treatment on this, but
you just say spoiler alert, everybody.
Are you faxing something right now? What is that?
Yes, Karen. What is that noise?
That's a water. I'm in the mechanical room in my house. That's a water filter. So every time someone runs water, this thing just go boom. It just goes so loud.
Yeah, we got.
His family. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I said his family put him in a closet like Harry Potter, so he's just locked down there.
No, I just recorded here because the walls are soft.
I knew you're Cedric. You're actually Robert Pattinson. I knew it.
Yes, dude. You know when I went to Harry Potter World, was in high school. That's whose wand I got, Cedric Diggory's.
Oh my god! Was that a thing you could do?
Big Robert Pattinson, dude.
Is that a thing you can do? You can get your own customizable wands. I remember.
Yeah, you can get a customizable.
At Ollivanders,
Oh, okay. Because I remember my neighbor, like he and Ben Moore, who was actually on our Fulbright. We grew up like right next to each other, and he came back. His family would always do like the coolest trips. I never had been to Disneyland or Disney World, just to let you know. I'm still have a vendetta against my mom for that one. But he came back with like a wand that was customizable. He was like, "Yeah, dude, no big deal." Like the guy said, basically, like it matches my chakra or whatever. It's like, I wish I had that, but whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, maybe one of these days, you'll get yours, and maybe you'll find your chakra too, or whatever." I was like, "What the?"
Your chakra,
or whatever, like magic, abilities they have.
Dude, yeah, I'm a true magician. I mean, wizard. But
dude, I was so. And probably the first thing I was ever jealous of that he had. But no. So, did you? Okay, spoiler. Sorry, I meander. Tenet. Robert Pattinson might be the little boy.
Max.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about
just
the last
talked about
podcast.
that on the last
Oh
podcast.
my
Yeah.
God.
We talked about. I think we've talked about Tenet on every episode.
On everything, yeah.
Actually,
So-
we actually have on every episode.
Yeah. So we probably talked about this before it came out a year ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Not about this exact situation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey.
So Maximilian, the end of
Yeah.
his name backwards is Neil.
Oh my God.
So they're saying that whatever his name, David Washington recruits him. I call him
John
David
David
Washington, whatever. John David
Washington.
Because they named him the protagonist, and I refuse to use that as his
Dude,
actual.
I think that's great because the other one is the
No.
antagonist.
That's so stupid.
Whatever.
I
Dude.
still
Anyways.
can't understand that movie.
Yeah.
No one.
I
can.
mean, the beginning. Is he dead? You know, is it the very beginning? Is it the train tracks?
Yeah.
Like, is that
Oh,
the
right.
underworld? Is that where he goes to? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know.
You know, he gets shot and then he's all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Learning
he's
how to
there,
shoot a gun.
and he's fine. Yeah, there's some kind of test and everything. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's so many very uncovered plot holes with that. I'm sure that people on Reddit
Yeah.
could deep dive
Yeah.
down, but
I love how Christopher Nolan just assumes that everyone can understand what he's trying to purvey.
yeah,
Except with this one, I think he went
Yeah.
too far to where he
Yeah,
didn't want
a little
anyone to
bit.
understand
No,
anything.
not in that.
Because even Robert Pattinson and John David Washington said on set, they're they were going to scenes I have no idea where the story's at right
yeah, yeah. I'm just
It's-
gonna act, but I've got
tell me
no
what to
clue
do.
We
what's
should
going
just
on.
make this
yeah.
the Tenet podcast, just exclusively.
Dude,
Honestly, yeah.
dude, that's a great idea. I would.
Yeah.
The thing is, me and Josh are the biggest Nolan fans
Oh, yeah.
out there, so we could just make it a Christopher Nolan podcast.
I you know, I feel bad. I haven't seen Dunkirk yet. That's one I haven't really seen.
It's alright. It's
Oh,
alright.
yeah.
It's a good war film.
Yeah.
A very unique approach to
Yeah.
a war film.
Yeah.
There's no war film like it because it still deals with time. All those
of
movies,
course.
and so yeah, it's really cool because you have to figure out the time frame. There's one timeline here. There's another one here, and they're all you can't tell which ones if they're the same timeline or different and whatever. You have to figure it out in your head. It's crazy, but you're not missing. I wouldn't say it's a big thing you're missing out on.
I think it's hilarious that none of his films have anything to do with a romantic relationship. He's
I love it. I love it.
Screw women. I don't care about them.
No, actually, Interstellar was the one that had to do with love.
Yeah.
If you think about the entire movie, it all came down to a love, love, and the feeling you get. It's not scientific. It's just that feeling that you need to do something, but you don't know why. Anne Hathaway is I don't know why. I really think we need to go to this planet. And they're why? What was the science? And she's I don't know. I just feel it. And she was right the whole time.
Well, that was a very convenient.
Yeah.
Because that was his whole point where he was okay, so you're in love with this dude, so you think we need to go to his planet, but what if we get there and there's nothing there? We just burned the opportunity to find a place for the rest of humanity because you had this little inkling of whatever.
Turns out.
So
Yeah, I mean it was a risk, and they still found where they ended up in the end where
they did.
McConaughey ended where McConaughey was in that weird circular thing. That was only a temporary place. They were eventually going to go to Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. I'm saying that was a convenient. It worked out well.
Right.
That she
It all
had
worked
that,
out,
but what if she was in love with Dr. Mann, and there she was oh, we need to go here, and this is the only chance we have, and then Matt
the
Damon,
other Matt Damon. The other element of it was that McConaughey, the whole connection with his daughter, he found the right place in that black hole because he could feel, I guess, some connection with his daughter.
And he could press the strings that are being so confused for the first time I saw that.
Myrrh. Myrrh.
What am I called? Murphy's Law?
Dude, I'm telling you, the whole thing had to do with love. If you think about it. So
I mean,
kind of cool. Look,
the scene
boy,
that it's okay. I mean, I get a little teary eyed when he sees his daughter, but she's older than him technically. But what kills me, I don't know why, is when the other astronaut lets him go off to that water planet. And he stays behind, and they come back, and he's 67 years old now.
Dude.
And I'm dude, you just wasted half your life so these guys
and
can
then
screw
also
around for 12 minutes
he
on a water
dies.
planet.
So it's he burned 27 years, and they finally come back, and then a couple days later, whatever, he dies. It's
It's so...
That's right. He blows up in the little base, right?
Because of Matt Damon, Dr. Mann. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Freaking Matt Damon, dude. He always ruins things.
He's like, yeah.
He's like, what have you been doing? He's like, oh, just sleeping.
yeah.
You know, stretch around a little bit. He just wastes your life for nothing.
Yeah, I know. Poor actor. I feel bad for the guy. He has no meaning to his role.
He's the Westworld guy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I don't know his name.
Wait. Is that? Yeah, that is him. Yeah.
Shoot. All right, intern, get on it, intern.
Hey, James.
Hey, Jamie. You know that's from Will. On Joe Rogan's podcast. Yeah. Hey, Jamie, can you look up?
No, I'm not cool enough. Yeah. I'm not cool enough to listen to Joe Rogan. But I did do the black hole one.
Yeah.
Or no, not the black hole. The UFO. Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar's he's crazy. He is crazy.
He's like one of my favorite human beings on this planet.
You kind of have to for Rogan. For Rogan, you've got to have like an interest in the guest. Otherwise, they just like it's just so drawn out and long. Where it's like you can stumble on really good ones, but like
right.
I think the first Rogan episode I saw was Dan Bilzerian. And I was like, this dude is crazy. I'm sure this is going to be really interesting. And I was like, I'll just watch the first bit and like just see like what this is about. And I watched like an hour and a half straight and like was not even planning to watch it just because it's like very intriguing. But
oh my gosh, that man is living a life, right? Is he also in like crippling debt?
People don't
like
know.
That? Like,
people don't know his financial standing.
Oh, I heard that.
He either has like hundreds of millions or he is in the hole like a ton and he's just like blowing.
Yeah. He just gets away with it, right? Like, my God. I mean, every time I see him, he's with like a room full of fine women and running around with like a machine gun. And,
like a flamethrower.
Like, what,
that dude
what
is
are
crazy.
you doing? What do you even do? Yeah. I mean, that guy blew up, and I remember thinking, like, wow, that's the peak of happiness right there.
Yeah. There's nothing better than this.
That's the peak. I mean, if that's the peak, then it's all downhill from there. So
but hey, if he just keeps that line flowing, if he just keeps that peak, at a nice plateau.
Does anybody?
Maybe a little to agreement. Yeah.
Is it like every celebrity
he's got to
have a big fall at some point?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's the thing. You gotta end it when you're going. It's like Icarus. You fly too high.
Ooh,
but
dang.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I were to be a celebrity, I want to be like a nice Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Him.
He doesn't take himself too seriously. Apparently, he's like the nicest guy in the world. But
I would. Yeah. There's a few I would pick from. Like he'd probably be like the number one person I want to be like as a celebrity. But like then there's Chris Pratt. I think is like a chill dude. Doesn't get too crazy into the drama or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girls, as far as women go, actresses, Emma Stone is my ideal one. I just feel like she's just super chill, like every role she plays.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't seen La La Land yet.
Dude, what? You have to see that. I've watched it like 3 times now.
Is it a musical?
Yeah, it's still like 50%. I don't know. It's not like Les Mis,
Oof, I hate musicals, man.
Are you serious? I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised you hate musicals. I feel like you...
No, I mean, I really want to see Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Like that's like my
That.
go-to. But that's the only. I think the last musical I saw was Frozen 2.
What the heck? That doesn't even count, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's not Broadway.
I went on it. I know. I went on a date with a girl, and she was like, I found out that, we went to the movie theater, right? I was like. Oh man, our movie theater is sold out. Like the movie that we're going to see is sold out. We're going to see, I don't know, like something else. And she's like, "Oh, well, Frozen 2's playing in like 10 minutes." So I was like,
"Oh yeah,
great.
You want to sit in the back, I guess."
Yeah, I guess we'll sit in the back. And she was like, "No, she was in it." Geez. And I later found out she is like a full-blown Disney head.
Disney adult.
And I was like,
"Hey, I can get on. I can get on board with that personally."
Nope.
But I just haven't really watched it.
Like I'm big in Marvel.
Yeah.
Which is like I don't really count as Disney, but
right.
Now that they buy it, and then a little bit of The Mandalorian. I mean,
dude, let's go, dude, let's go.
I mean, that's the last episode, second season. Oof.
Come on, Josh should see it. Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
you're in for a treat.
Yeah,
dude.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it soon enough. I need to.
Big treat,
Yeah.
dude. Big treat. Wow. No one saw that coming either.
There's one particular moment.
Well, I mean, not within the
I'm not gonna say
episode.
when.
Like, before the episode came, I don't think you saw
Yeah.
it coming. Like, in the episode, yeah, I could kind of see it coming.
Right.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Dude. Yeah, I'm like, that's like, as soon as that happened, everybody's
Gosh,
like,
I'll
see
watch
it.
it eventually. Yeah, I need to. I'm lacking on a
Oh.
lot of shows right now that I need to catch up on.
he's whacking off
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of shows.
You walking
Yeah,
off
a
on
lot
the
of
shows?
shows.
Nay.
A lot of shows. But,
Yeah, I've been doing WandaVision just came out.
Yep,
I've been into that. It's cool.
I just
fun.
heard the first few episodes are like very confusing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I have no idea what's going on, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I know everything that there is to know about Marvel,
Mhm.
and I have no idea what's going on, and that's I kind of like it's like a nice little slow burn mystery. But
Isn't Marvel releasing
we'll figure
like
its way out.
7 or 8 new shows or something crazy? Like
Yeah, a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Star Wars is.
that's
Yeah, Star Wars
that's
is
what, maybe
too.
that's what I'm thinking
That's
of.
it. They have like 10 new shows. Like the
Yes,
Obi-Wan
okay. I'm
Kenobi-
thinking
Kenobi
Star
or
Wars and
whatever.
not Marvel. Yeah,
Um,
they're releasing like
It's
That's
and
what
then
I'm.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah.
story or
Well, because they saw how successful Mandalorian was, and it was like, hey,
Right.
like, we don't have to do a movie; we can just do
Right.
a film series. But the only problem though is like not everything is going to be directed by John Favreau or John Favreau.
Right,
Favreau,
Favreau,
yeah.
yeah, whoever. Yeah,
And
Iron Man
he's-
dude.
He's the
Yeah.
best, comic book director in the world. You can't beat him.
Okay.
Other than Christopher Nolan, I guess. But
I don't know if he's never done Marvel though. I don't know.
nah.
The
But yeah,
Russo brothers for Marvel, obviously.
True.
But
Yeah,
they've
true.
always killed it. I don't know. They never mess up. It's crazy.
So who is? So did Joss Whedon? What did he do? Did he do any of the Avenger movies, or is he like the big producer for the
Who?
Avengers?
Josh Whedon.
Joss Whedon, yeah, he's like the
Bro,
big.
The Russo brothers are the
Marvel
ones who
head.
have like written out Marvel like the last decade. Basically, they've done it all.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else is
Gotcha.
under them, if anything. It's always the Russo brothers.
It's always the brothers who are like
Yeah.
the best directors. You got the Safdie brothers, Russo brothers,
the
you got
Nolan brothers.
Oh,
Nolan
that's
brothers.
true. Jonathan Nolan.
Jonathan Nolan is a
Yeah.
big part
That's
of it.
true. That's crazy.
You got oh gosh, the Wachowski brothers. Wachowski brothers who did The Matrix.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
dude,
Now
they're
they're
weird.
sisters.
They're like.
Now they're the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
They had a sex change.
I was going to say they look super weird. Last
That's
time I saw
crazy.
them.
Wait, I gotta.
I was like, these
I gotta
guys directed The Matrix. They wrote this thing. These guys.
Now I gotta look up what they look like.
they're
They
goofy,
literally-
dude.
They literally came up as Wachowski sisters. The first thing on the toolbar.
Of course.
Oh my god.
I wish we had Discord on and we could like see.
Yeah,
this.
true.
Oh here.
I'm looking it up too.
Here you go. Here you go.
Wait, hold on. Bring it down a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wait.
Those are the people who
Wow.
wrote this Matrix. No offense to anybody, but
No. It's no offense at all, but it's just so.
Different.
it's just not what you would expect, especially
Not you
with
would expect.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay, so have you heard the story about like when they did the kind of the pitch for Will Smith to be the role of Neo,
I heard that a little
No
bit.
way.
Tell me. Tell our
where
audience.
they basically just like went up to Will Smith in his office and like, yes, we want to do a movie where there's like cameras all around you and it's like slow motion and you're like dodging bullets in slow motion and one goes over your forehead but you dodge it by like spinning backwards and that's the movie. And Will Smith is like, no, there's no story. I have no idea what you guys are talking
Well, why
about.
did they
And
not sell him on like the deep
Yeah, the
story
actual
behind
plot,
it?
you know?
The philosophy of it.
that's just all they wanted to tell him. It's just like, this is what
That's
you're
like-
doing, and we want you to be a part of it.
That's not the right thing to tell him. He's been in iRobot and whatever.
Yeah, true.
Well,
It was-
well, not then, but
It
yeah.
was so. I love that story because he's just like, yeah, these two people wearing like long trench coats like came into my office to tell me about this one concept about the movie that I would be doing, and that's what they wanted me in.
They should have just
Dude.
asked red pill or blue pill,
Yeah, true.
and he'll be like, "Wait, what?" And like, come find out.
Dude, apparently there was.
You have a really.
I'm changing topics, but go ahead.
Dude, it's like, yeah, you take one pill, you're gonna have a really great trip. The other pill is just a really nice tasty gummy.
Yeah.
But did you see that Office? Oh, sorry, the last. That you know how Peacock owns the Office now.
Which Peacock is the worst.
Did you
but we can come back to that.
No, I was watching it tonight. They released like an unseen scene in The Office, like it's 5 minutes long, where they do that whole Matrix prank on Dwight. Dude, if you haven't seen that yet, you gotta watch it. Oh, they've never released it, and then they just did. It's hilarious. Just go watch that. We were talking about The Matrix. I had to say that. So if you like The Office, go watch it.
Do you think The Office is going to come back?
It is.
I feel like it is.
Probably a few years down the road. I can imagine they bring everybody back.
Wait, what do you mean come back?
Like they're gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna bring the cast back and just
they might do that, but they can't. It's not gonna be the same because they can't make the same jokes.
Yeah,
we live in PC world, dude.
Exactly.
They can't. Like 75% of that show would not fly. Like
heck no, they'd be canceled in a second.
What were you gonna say, John?
No. So back to movies. The Will Smith thing, picking that, or like getting pitched for that. Apparently, when they were animating Shrek, when Shrek was like first getting like animated, apparently like behind the scenes in Pixar, they were putting people like their stud animators on some other random movie. I forget which movie it was, and like if you weren't performing or you weren't up to snuff with like their level of animation, they're like, oh, we're doing this other project called Shrek, and like you have to go work on that. Like that's like the second tier. That was almost like punishment. And then Shrek became like one of their highest grossing films of all time.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Where they basically was just, and then they're like, and a lot of it too is like in Farquaad Land, it's supposed to like make fun of Disney World. Like, it's all just a kind of one big farce. And And they make fun of like Pinocchio and all those little Disney characters. Yeah, it's so
crazy.
Genius. I love it. I mean, Pixar's gotten weird lately. Yeah. I mean, I watched Soul. And
Soul's pretty good. Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah.
It was good. But I don't like thinking about my existence in life when I'm watching a cartoon movie.
Yeah, it's valid.
I mean, they kept it at least a little bit light because they did the whole thing of like the Great Beyond. Like it wasn't like they're saying you're dead and now this happens. They were more like getting into like how you just taking into perspective like the simple things in life. I think it was more.
I loved Coco.
Dude, that's my sister's favorite. Yeah. Dude, that one is just that's something else, dude.
Tearjerker of the century right there. Dude. Oh my god.
And then just the animation of it and like all the colors, and the music. Obviously, I love Spanish guitar music. So
yeah. Well, yeah. Speaking of music, I've been getting back to my bass. My bass guitar.
There you go.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. To play some.
You gotta plug
tunes. No, I don't have an amp.
Dude, give shred some for us, dude.
Nah, I don't know any songs. I just gotta play whatever.
It's a wall decoration, honestly, for the most part.
It's for chicks.
Yeah. I don't know if you can go to a park at a college
with a bass guitar,
and you get chicks like you do an acoustic guitar.
It sounds like that really old comedy from back in the day.
Wait, which
Seinfeld.
one? Yeah, I was about to say that. It sounds like Seinfeld.
But like people now like it's probably getting to the point where you'd be like, hey, do you remember Seinfeld? And people in this generation probably be like, no, what's that? Like,
dude, more people are watching Curb Your Enthusiasm now. I feel like in our
generation. That's true. Yeah, I never really watched it, but yeah.
I think that's gonna be the first bass line I learned is the Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me try now.
Go.
Hear it?
Yeah.
I can kind of hear it. Yeah, I kind of hear it.
Yeah. Now we're cooking with olive oil. Yeah. So
if our friend Lewis is watching this podcast, just want to let you know, Seinfeld kind of sucks, dude.
Seinfeld is one of the worst comedies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how it had, like looking back at it, it's really doesn't stick at all.
Yeah, it just
some
kind of cult following. If you got like
same with friends,
exactly. Like people are obsessed.
So funny.
But once you've got that level of like a fan base, you can't really do anything wrong. Just like The Office too, though. Like there's people that are like The Office is not funny at all, and it's like
I don't know. That's like so rare to find someone who actually doesn't like The Office, though.
I mean, it's good for me to kind of like tune out.
Yeah.
And like if I catch up to a joke and like it's funny. Yeah. But like I don't really. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch Friends or
no.
Or
I've tried.
Seinfeld.
Like some of my friends like to watch Friends when I'm at their friend's house, and they like, I don't know, and they like watch a little bit. Yeah, so I like watch it, I sit down and watch it, and I'm like, I'm just not laughing. Even in my head, I'm not laughing.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
It's not funny, really. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
And then when like the friends you're watching the friends with, you know, when they start laughing at something, you're like, really? Like,
yeah, and then I'm like, you guys are my friends, but you're laughing at friends, and I'm your friend, and I don't think that's funny.
any of this is funny.
There's so many comedies now though where you've got to be like so invested in the whole like character like development and everything to understand. Like The Big Bang Theory, you got people with that too that are like, they think that show's hilarious, and then you've like, I think a majority of people are like, yeah, this is not funny at all, because it's just.
Dude.
I don't really think it's funny.
I mean, I started watching it in college, like randomly, and I found like a lot of it funny initially because I was watching like the really early seasons. But then there's people that are like, yeah, this, like I watch it now and I'm like, yeah, I don't really know why I thought that was funny back then, but I think it's just like a continuation of like the character development where you're just like, oh yeah, these guys are so good, and like,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the only show to ever like make me actually literally laugh out loud is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I mean, that's the only one that I can just like scream out laughing. I mean,
really,
anything they do, I think it's just hysterical. I don't know, but especially like, you know, there's like prime one-hitter episodes where like, you know, it's not every episode, but you know, they have their magical moments.
Yeah.
I've watched a tiny bit, not much though, so I can't talk on it.
Got to. You love it. Hey,
I feel like
when we live together,
there you go.
I'll
yeah, when we live together, you're not gonna do it.
you're gonna be really close to. Speaking of Irish bars, you're gonna be really close to Sinead's.
Yeah.
And
that's right there.
R.I.P. And then Tobacco Company.
Yeah, Tobacco Company is literally like all like on the same street almost. Yeah.
That was like. But always our go-to spot, that dance floor in the basement.
Dude, so funny story about that. I drove back in 2018 to like mid 2019. I drove for Uber all around Richmond. So I dropped these. So I mean, I met all kinds of characters, lots of college girls or whatever. But I dropped this one girl off at the Tobacco Company. She was going to the club. Obviously, it was late, not to the restaurant. The restaurant's crazy nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, she went downstairs. I'd never been inside before, but she left her credit card in my car, and so I was driving away, and I noticed it right on the seat or whatever, and I was like, oh shoot! So I went back, parked on the side of the road, and I went in, and you know, it's freaking packed, it's like crazy, and then there's like, you know, they got a bouncer and whatever. I was like, hey, he's like, let me see your ID, and I was like, all right, here you go. And then he wanted the cover charge. And I was like, hey man, like I have this debit card, like this girl left it in my Uber, can I just give it to her?
Yeah.
And I was waiting. If he would have said, nope, gotta pay, I'm like, all right, we can pay with this. But, no, he didn't. Thankfully, he was like, all right, you good?
Oh yes.
And so anyway, I went all around that place like for like 15 minutes walking around through the dance floors. I was like so sweaty, disgusting. And anyway, never found her. So anyway, I left. And then she texted my Uber app or whatever, and she said, hey, I think I might have left my debit card. I was like, yeah, you did, and I have it. And she said, oh cool. She's like, I'm going out of town, out of Richmond International. And she's like, would you be able to swing by and give it to me? And I was like, sure. It was like the weirdest thing. So I swung by Richmond.
No way.
And I was like, I walked inside, or I parked my car on the side of at the terminal, like where you drop people off. And I got like yelled at, hey, you got to stay in your car. You can't park your car there. And I was like, hey man, again, I'm just returning this debit card to a girl.
Card.
That's it. Yeah, that's all it is. And so anyway, I went inside and I found her. And she was like so grateful.
Dude,
I was like, yeah, I went a long ways to get.
I'm about to say
she gave me $20 though. So.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say she better give you some kind of tip or whatever.
Yeah. She was nice. She was cool. Then I got her number and we started dating.
I was going to say, you're either getting monetary reward or you're getting married. It's one of the two, you know?
Well, she's my girlfriend now.
Oh,
so.
good.
Yeah?
No.
So you could like write a movie on that, like a holiday Christmas movie.
Dude, a rom-com.
Yeah.
Cast Ryan Gosling as yourself.
I'm leaving for the country to leave out of the country tomorrow. Wait, where was she? Like, where was she going?
She was going to like, I don't know, just another state. Nothing crazy.
But a state she went to Thailand, you could have gone with her.
Dude, I could have done that. Like, what if she was or like Bali or something? I'd be like, oh, I'll buy a ticket right now.
Dude,
let's go.
Dude, I want to go.
I should have done that.
I want to go. I want to go so bad.
Dude.
I was about to go to Thailand last year. I was wrapping up like a show, and I was gonna be off for like 2 months, and I couldn't go to Thailand. But I know that like the only expensive part about it is just the round trip flight. Everything else there is just like super crazy cheap. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Wait, so was she? I don't know why I'm so invested in this girl, but was she like a student? What was she doing?
Yeah, she went to, I think, either VCU or U of R, obviously, but yeah, she was a student, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, dude, I mostly drove around students, honestly.
Yeah.
Which, well, I kind of set it myself up like that. I might sound like a scumbag.
You hovered around U of R, didn't you?
Yeah.
He actually stole her credit card and put it in his car.
Yeah, I did that. No, I would go to like, I live in Midlothian, so I'd be like, I'm not gonna start in Midlothian. That's so boring.
Yeah.
So I would intentionally not go online until I got into a parking lot at U of R, and it would be like a Thursday night, like 9 p.m. So I'd just sit there and wait. I was like, I might be losing out on like some other rides outside of U of R, but
no, but like it's smart, because like everyone is going to be Ubering from a college town, and especially U of R, because no one's going to necessarily Uber around Shaka Bottom, because a lot of people can just walk, or like VCU area.
Right. I still drove a lot of people to Shaka Bottom from Midlothian, but still, I was trying to get like I was getting tired of driving middle-aged people who knows what they were doing. I wanted to have like
worst
kids. People who
the worst,
like kids who maybe I could become friends with. Yeah, about where we want to leave it at, which is about an hour.
Well,
and I'm gonna cut out a few things, but like just like not like because there's a problem, just because like I might cut the COVID stuff.
No, everything I said.
Yeah. No, it's like I don't want to like us talk about COVID for 25 minutes.
Exactly. I feel that. Well, if you ever want to add, my epic bass tones, just let me know. I'll work something up for you. Yeah. I'll go on GarageBand and just edit something.
Our opening song for our podcast. It's just a bass line.
It's just one. It's just like one note, like boom.
That's a good. I like that. That's a good idea. But thanks for coming on.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be on the show. Thank you guys. I'll send the file over to you, and then maybe next time we do the show, or if I'm allowed on next time we do this show, we'll
dude. Yeah, if we want to talk about like movies and stuff, we were definitely gonna have you
exclusively
on.
Tenet.
Exclusively Tenet talk.
Once we make that pivot and we become a full Tenet podcast, you'll just become the third host.
We just start talking about the key grip. Like we just dived in so much. Like the production design was insane.
It'll be called Tenet the podcast.
I'm so down.
But anyway, dude.
Oh man.
Appreciate
you guys have been awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Let me
let me know when you get to Richmond and we can hit you up.
Dude, all right. I love you guys. Thanks for having me.
That's it.
All right.